Hey friends, Practical Ken here. We are at a very old cemetery, if you can't tell by the trees. But if you could tell, there are not a lot of markers here either. There are a few family plots over here. If you can see over my shoulder, that I'll take some footage of too. But other than that, we got rolling hills and an unknown amount of burials. So we are taking this here. It's an Easy Radar USA ground penetrating radar system. We're gonna experiment with it to see what we can find here. Just getting some practice in because I want to be able to volunteer at cemeteries and offer to help find unmarked burials. And this is a great place to start because there are some known and marked burials here I can use as a reference. I'll go over them and get an idea of what it's going to show on the screen, and then I'll go over to an area which I believe is the oldest part of the cemetery. This was also referred to as an old Indian cemetery at some point too, so it had joint use. Maybe we can figure out where some of these people are buried and prevent them from being dug up on future burials. So wish me luck. I'm taking you on this adventure with me and get to see what we find. Thank you. So this is an easy system setup. You just have to unfold it, put this up, try not to pinch fingers. There we go. And tighten it down. Get this flipped up. Loosen this up. Flip up the tray here. Just need to stretch out this tray to fit the G-Tack. Slide this in here on the side. And put the sunshade on if we need the sunshade, but we're not going to need the sunshade. At least I don't think we are. Down here, we're going to take this cord here, which goes up to the tablet, insert in there. I'm going to take this here, which hooks up to the wheel, and insert it there. We have a meter here. We have a power button. There's the power, putting out 13.8 volts, I believe that is. So what we have here is marked burials here. It's obviously been damaged. Unfortunately, it looks like someone tried to chop it or damage it. Looks like it's starting to slide off the base down here, but if you look here, I don't know if you can see it, we've got a depression here that runs east-west, which is typical of burials. Another depression here, and noticeable depression over here that seems wider than normal. So it could be husband and wife or children. There's a couple other parallel ones up here too, all east-west, which is typical of a cemetery. We'll see if we can see what these look like on the GPR unit. So we just ran across the depressions here, parallel depressions, east-west depressions, and here's what we have on the GPR. Take a look at here. We've got anomaly, a bunch of peaks there, which means there's something slightly below the surface. Could be rocks, could be, there's a flat surface right there and a flat surface right there. Those could be the tops of the burials, coffins, burials, some sort of lids right there. That's only 1 foot and 9 inches down, right about that area. We see the crisscrosses here. Those are the edges of the trench that were dug. So those are the walls. It looks like there might be actually multiple burials in this one spot, in the same hole, same area. So it could have been family plots where they kept burying relatives on top of each other, because it looks like multiple layers there. We'll keep investigating here. We're still experimenting, trying to figure it out. Okay, we're at the outside edge of the cemetery. There's the fence line. We have a pretty deep depression here and a couple more over there too. This could be part of the oldest part because I don't see any headstones. I just see flowers where some depressions are. We're going to see what this looks like on the GPR here as we push forward and see if it shows some anomalies. Okay, we're right over top of it right now. What do we got there? Okay. Let's go back to it. That's where we stopped right there. So here we are. We had a little bit of bump, so that's kind of a weird grade area here, but you can see the bumps, the anomalies all through here. So we definitely have some disturbances there, something under the surface. Okay, we have the screen cleared out. We're going to move forward. There's a depression right here that looks kind of small, but we'll see if it's natural or an anomaly. Let's take a look. Look at that. See where it crisscrosses? That is the edge of a hole. It crisscrosses over here too. That is the edge of the hole. And look what we got here. We got a flat surface below. I don't know if you can see that. There's a flat surface reflecting straight up. So we have potentially a casket there, or something below the surface that's flat. We have the trench here, the edge of the trench here, and then a flat surface right in the middle. So we do have a burial, it looks like. Well, this is really interesting. We're getting a rhythmic set of arches through here. Look like almost equally spaced. Less than a 1 and 9 inches down. We just got a peak right there. Really, that might be a pipe or something in the ground there. Have to do the research on that. We got a little flat spot over here. Look at where we got a crisscross here. We got crisscrosses where the trench walls would have been, the burial walls. And this right here is really weird. I may have ran over something that's a really sharp contrast to everything else there. But look at that. And then we have a flat spot. And then more trench walls. So we probably have burials there. Every time you get a crisscross, from what I understand, is the walls of the trench. So possible multiple burials there. These are evenly spaced, crisscrossed. So this is an area that there's nothing there. It's just one little depression, but you can't see anything over there. So it's quite possible we're getting tree roots, but those tree roots would be evenly spaced apart, which is a little unusual. And this one was a pretty heavy hit on there with this right here, these flat spots. So I don't know, we're still practicing here to trying to figure this out. This is set up to be really super sensitive, so maybe I have to reduce the sensitivity on this too. So let's keep going. We're trying to track down this anomaly here as we go backwards. Look at that white line. So right there, center of that flat spot, we'd look at the arrows here, and normally we'd mark the flag next to it and move this forward and center it. We're going to try that. Now that we moved it forward, we're going to center it here. Continue on. Well, that one's very distinct, and that one is down about 5 foot 4 inches, about 6 foot. So that's appropriate for when we refer to people being 6 foot under. You can kind of make out the peak there and the crisscrossed walls of the trench right here. right on the surface. 95, 96, 89. I think I see it. Could be a rock too. Let me check. Oh man, that's definitely a solid piece of metal. That looks like brass. The heck? That's built kind of beefy. I wonder if it's horse tack. Almost looks like there's a design on it. That is really cool. It's got a slight green color to it. Tarnished brass or something. It's heavy. What if that's a buckle? We'll look it up. 7982. 6 inches. Got it right here. Oh my god, there's something kind of ornate here. What is that? Oh my gosh, looks like a pirate or something. Wow, it's a badge or something. It's pretty heavy. Almost looks like a pirate in the middle. And some horns or something on the side. I'll get that cleaned up, definitely. That's cool. 48. It's not a perfect target. I just saw an oyster shell here too. But that's not all. We have more. Check that out. Got a giant serving spoon, it looks like. Silver wash. Okay, here's what we got. Got lots of mason jar lids. I may have dropped some in the process of me cleaning up everything. They may have come out. But we ended up with this really weird piece of brass. We got a strainer of some sort. Could be related to coffee. Old coffee pot. Not quite sure what that is. It's kind of thick. It's heavy. It's got little holes there. I'm going to clean that up and see if I can find out what it is. This is a lid to something. It looks like it says Rallies. And it looks like R-A-W-L-E-I-G-H. Raleigh's. A lid to something, maybe skin cleanser. We've got porcelain, the design. We've got a spoon that we need to clean up. That was with this porcelain that we found right there. And this is the highlight so far. This is some sort of pin. Looks like a pirate on there. I don't know what that is. And appears to have some sort of gold gilding on the back, so maybe the whole thing was fancy like that. So it could have been an old pin. Looks like we can get some identification on this and show it in the video. But pretty cool stuff so far. It's just one night here, but one day I should say. It's turned into night. We'll see what else we can find on the next occasion.